There is a wealth of urban fishing over on the continent, and when a couple of our Dutch friends, Michael Pilar and Mark Hoffman, invite Alan and myself down to meet them for a session on a beautiful park lake fishing for giant carp in the heart of Lyon, it's decided we are going on a road trip.
Do it, brother! Come on! That's our whip where we get over there. Sitting in the motor, haven't got my hands on the wheel, can mean only one thing. We're on a channel tunnel and we're heading over to Europe. I'm with Ollie. It's unusual, bruv, because usually you're always behind the camera.
Yeah, it feels a bit strange actually, but
yeah, it's going to be a joint effort, this one. You know, we'll be flipping behind the camera, in front of the camera, but basically we're going on an adventure, mate, aren't we?
proper adventure.
I know, proper adventure. Heading over to France and Belgium. Got some friends over there. Obviously the fishing's massively prolific, but we're going to put a little spin on it and we're going to do the whole urban thing. Got a couple of banging locations.
Yeah, man, we've got a bit of a mission as well, a lot of driving, but hopefully it'll be worth it. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
The beauty of the tunnel is you're in France in a flash, and soon we are motoring to the Belgian border, heading to the port of Ostend, where we are to meet our Belgian friend and Nash Benelux manager, Gio van Horen.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
So much water.
We're going to fish it.
Pretty urban out, carping it.
Yeah. It's never ending over here. Always look at them and you think, you know you've got to get somewhere, but you think, well, that looks quite good. Stop there for an hour. Can you see it? Basically, we're following this road up here. This is the sea.
Right.
So, you know, the spots that Gio's taken me to before, you could probably, with a cyber shot, flick boilies into the ocean. It's so surreal, you know, and you can see this here, massive harbours, big shipping port. But, you know, like so many places in England, the fish are thriving there.
What is it, brackish water?
Yeah, it's brackish, mate, man. They're just like living in harmony with the whitefish, the mullet, the bass.
Proper dark as well.
Proper dark, like, and definitely not had hook in them, you know.
Yeah, that's exciting fishing.
They're not monsters, you know. Obviously we're going to shoot down to France after this and hopefully fish for some, you know, proper French kippers, but they're crackers here, absolute belters. You've got a sort of original stock in the commons, and these mirrors that are getting caught, they're actually fish that I think VBK and some other sort of Belgium organisations are introducing.
They're pretty forward thinking, the old VBK. I know they've got their own strain of carp and that. Some really nice ones. Proper carp.
Let's go catch one. I knew you were saying it, I could see you thinking it. Let's go catch one. Let's go catch one. That is a piece of water. That is a proper piece of water. How many acres though? We just drove a length of it. 500?
Easily, yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
So here we are, sat, Alan time rigs in the van. Waiting for Gio, come on Gio.
JAHE's just round the corner.
So what you got here, Al?
Klingon leader.
Klingon leader.
Yeah, so I've knocked that.
What did you just show me? You cheeky little weasel.
Yeah, I'm now rocking with the green, the beige, and the silk.
New Klingon colours.
Yeah. I remember when Kev sort of first got wind of this type of leader material, and frankly speaking, I couldn't see it myself. You know, I've used electrical all my life, and then obviously the fuse leaders came onto the market, which were also an exceptional product, brilliant abrasion resistance. I was quite negative actually about this type of product, but we ended up sort of going down the sampling route and exploring what it was all about. And mate, talk about eat your words. Like, I don't think, other than the odd occasion when the water's crystal clear, you know, and I do like those diffusion leaders for just disappearing, I'm using it for like 95% of my fishing now. Choddies, just any back end setup behind the lead hole. It's that supple element. It is just that following the contour, like, and pinning down, you know, and when that water's absorbed in there, it makes it even heavier, and it just wants to.
Lead core just doesn't sit like that.
Just too many kinks, isn't there? You know, it's just too
stiff.
Too stiff. Not a PVA nugget or a weak link in sight.
What do we have here?
Geo!
Hello.
Yes, mate.
How are you?
I'm alright.
You? How are you? Good, good, good. Just around the corner, guys fishing who rode in the first monkey. Yeah.
This way?
Yeah, this way.
I
Have you
we
seen
him, didn't we?
yeah,
I think so.
But
Yeah.
he's blanking.
Is he?
Yeah. Have you been on the spot?
No, I didn't stop, mate. I didn't.
Yeah.
We'll follow you.
Yeah.
Let's go on an adventure. Save Geo.
It's a carpy adventure.
Yeah, lucky to have him as part of the team. It's really nice actually. He's come over to England. When did he come over? Oh, start of this year, spring.
Geo lives in Ostend, and we're going to do the night with him on one of the large shipping canals that massive barges use to carry goods far and wide.
By these papers.
Big up, Geo. This is what we're after.
Yep.
Well, we're here, pretty much nearly dark, so means one thing, just flick a couple of rods out. Normally use a marker float and sort of cast it out, finding areas of gravel or silt or plateaus, bars, etc. But in a situation like this, you know, the fish use the margins more than ever, and they're coming right along this bank that we're on. But it's still no good just sort of dropping a rig anywhere. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for sort of flatter areas. It's all rocky, but I'm looking for areas with, you know, small stones and rocks as opposed to great big boulders or metal structures. And the way I'm doing that is I drop my lead onto the lake bed bottom, and then I wind my tip down until it's about 3 or 4 inches off the surface. So that's down now, up to a point, and then all I'm doing is just moving the rod along left and right, sort of 5 centimetre intervals, and I'm just watching how much my tip's then dropping down towards the surface of the water. Ideally, I'm going to move it along a sort of good metre and a half, and it's going to stay at that same level, meaning I've got a nice smooth bottom there. The next thing I do is I'll come in a foot and I'll repeat the process. That way I'm looking for slopes. You know, I'm seeing how flat it is. I've identified it's nice and flat that way, but I also want to identify how sort of flat it goes back towards me into the bank and also further out into the lake. So to do that, I'll just sort of lean over a foot further, drop the rig back down. You know, in this case here, it's actually pulled the tip under the water, so I know the bank is starting to slope off like that. As long as it isn't a massive drop off, I'm more than happy fishing, you know, on a slight sloping gradient.
really important that you don't do this with your rig on the end. You know, the last thing you want to be doing is lifting a hook up and down over these big sort of stones, rocks, gravel, etc. You do your pointing straight away. So I've taken the rig off and I've just got the bare lead on there. You know, once I'm happy I've located a nice area, I can stick the rig back on and drop it down. To be honest, I'm really happy with this. I'm just going to grab a bucket of bait and the rig, and I'm going to drop one down here for the night. So I've got a nice, simple, basic pop-up rig. The main reason I've gone for the pop-up rig is just to keep that hook point up off the bottom. Who knows, might be in the next 10 minutes, might not be till morning, but I think the lads are going to staff the rig here and talk carp. Sadly I'm going to get my head down, get some sleep, hopefully to be awakened by the sound of a bite alarm. But yeah, it's been an eventful day so far. Definitely an adventure, and you know, we're only day one into it. Anyway, I'm going to get to bed. See you later, lads. Have a good night. Don't drink too much tea. See you in the morning.
See ya.
What's happening now?
Stale, mate.
Well, just for the record, I'd just woken Al up to get his van keys off him because it had started raining, and it was lucky I did. Well, maybe not, because his rod is just melted off. Fish has gone straight down to these big stanchions where it has done him up like a kipper.
You know. Yeah, I've lost it. Yeah, I've lost it. 1-0 carp. Let's get another rig out. Sorted?
Yeah. Well, we're going to get going, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a quiet night. Lost to fish about 1 in the morning. You had a lovely sipper in it, didn't you?
Rather unwelcome cruising, but never mind, at least I didn't blank. And
Gio's had 3 bream, had a little bream this morning. Yeah, they're just not here. We said last night it's a big bit of water in it.
it's a lot of water,
And it doesn't pay to sort of sit here for days on end waiting for them to come to you, so let's get going.
Yeah,
let's go find some fish, mate. Sweet.
Gio takes us to another spot further down the canal in search of a bite. Here, at the mouth of the dock, is a shallow sandy area, and as we peer over the edge, dark shapes can be seen cruising about. Alan gets 2 rods out while I man the camera.
We've moved over to another spot. There's a few fish milling on the other side of this bit of bank. You can't actually fish over there. We can't really get down to the water's edge, so to speak. But we found a set of steps here, which means if I am lucky enough to hook one, I'll be able to get down nice and safely and net it.
Your way.
Absolutely just kiting on a tight line, about 80-90 yards out. Look, rod's buckled over and he's just kiting round into this deep water. It just goes to show, I'm sitting in the car 10 minutes ago with Ol, saying how I don't want to get depressed and deflated about the fact that the three of us done the night last night, but we never had any carp. And conversely, how it's far too often too easy to sit there, you know, and get lazy. We got up straight away, we knew it weren't going to happen. We packed up, we moved, we found some fish.
And we're in.
And we're in. We're in Belgium. This is Euro-Banx, Nash 2014. Love it.
Had your Weetabix out.
People say to me, like, why would you want to fish somewhere like this? Like, all cool. How could you not want to fish somewhere like this? I don't know how big it is. I don't know if it's ever been caught before. It's a truly wild fish. And as it pulled my string,
He's a good fish, Al. He's not far off, but
well, here she is. The sun's well and truly come out. It's a glorious day. And to make it even better, I've gone and bagged myself a cracking Belgian carp. Take a look at that.
that's a chunk, Al.
It's a nice fish.
That is a chunk.
Yeah, I'm absolutely made up, Ol. So yeah, good old choddy. And there you have it, pure Belgium gold common carp.
Okay, go on.
Incredible carp. Just for the record, we've got 26.6.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gio, who is tucked a bit further down, also lands a carp.
What's going on, Gio?
Just caught one of the rare mirrors of the canal.
Wicked.
The fish we fish for actually, so wicked, yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at it.
Yes, Gio. The mat was going away, it's now coming straight back out again.
Never could have hoped for catching a mirror in front of the cam. They're really rare on this canal. We like fish one autumn for maybe 2 or 3, so really happy with this one. Just in time. Oh well.
What's next though, Al? We're in the centre of Bruges now. Yeah, buzzing for it. Don't know where Gio's taking us.
Carrying the bare essentials of carp and lure rods, net and a small rucksack, we head off for a walk around town. Although the centre of town does harbour the odd carp, there is tour boat after tour boat causing disturbance and it doesn't look promising. So we stop and have a beer by the canal before going for a look round and mingling with the tourists.
Now I know I'm in Belgium. We're in Bruges, done the whole historic town thing, which was actually really nice. And we're down at another one of Gio's spots.
En kun je er nog een beetje vangen hier?
We spread our baits along the shallow far margin. The sun is shining and we spend a very pleasant afternoon here. Despite Gio having had multiple hits of fish in the past, the bobbins remain motionless.
See you soon, man.
See you, man.
See you soon. Thank you. All the best.
Cheers, Gio, man. Nice one, dude.
Alright.
Take it easy.
Safe trip.
Thanks.
Let's do this. Well. It's been brilliant. Loved it. Day 2 or day 1.5 of the adventure, and yeah, it's going really well. Top bloke. Absolute
man.
top bloke. Couldn't have done it without him, you know.
No, he's
It's
very
one-
generous to share his
Spots.
spots, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
How long to Leon?
7 hours, 7 minutes. We've got no hotel booked. I need a KFC. And
I've had about 2 hours sleep.
you've had about 2 hours sleep. So we're going to drive safely. Going to stock up on a good old Red Bull. And hopefully find somewhere to chuck a couple of rods out tonight. Because we haven't got a hotel booked. See you in a bit, guys.
Bring forth the tunage.
Sharing the driving, we eat up the miles, but by 11 o'clock it's clear that we're going to need somewhere to stop and get some sleep. Luckily for us, I knew just the man to turn to. He's a bit of an expert on fishing in that area, my good mate Nick Hellier. A couple of phone calls later and we'd narrowed down Nick's suggestions to the River Saône around Chalon. The spot he had given us was only a short detour, and hopefully it would be a quiet place to grab some shut-eye.
Probably 5 more minutes and we'll be at our river spot.
Me and Ollie have had about 4 hours sleep. Beautiful spot, real beautiful. Certainly not Euro-Banx, but we needed somewhere to kip and with a chance for a bite or two, so we dropped onto here. Didn't have anything. Sadly, we've got a reel in now though. Where we're going to meet Johan and Pete. They're off to fish the World Cup Classics. But before they disappear to Italy, we show us a banging little urban spot on the river in the centre of Lyon. Let's get the rods reeled in, get going, see what the day brings.
And it's now herding cows back into the field.
Come on boys. Come on.
Back you go. Move. Nice work, Al.
Good job.
Yes, Ollie, right good select for the morning, man.
Gotta know what the crowd want.
Can't know what the
After a drive of just over an hour, we arrive in the suburbs of Lyon and eventually find ourselves at Johan's gate. A real character, he treats us to coffees and gets out the photo albums. He too has fished the Park Lake where we are headed, and he shows us pictures of some of the giants in there and gives us the lowdown.
Là is good
Oui.
because island,
yeah.
very good island. Là, very good.
Yeah.
Plateau,
Oui.
you know, plateau, very good. For me, it's the best.
Okay.
For me.
Big poisson shirt, Johan.
Yeah.
Big problem.
You tiger nut?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Tiger nut.
We have shrimp as
Lupin, lupin, no lupin.
well. Lupins, yeah, chickpeas. We have
Particle.
We have particles.
Particle.
Yeah.
Well, again, well looked after. Jan's going to put us on some spots. We're going to go and meet his pal Alex. Yeah, epic. Had a lovely cappuccino. Lovely times. lovely times. And go win the competition.
Yeah. We the best team.
Merci.
Ici. Et fish.
Yeah. Johan say, yeah.
Just getting the gear out. Ollie's managed to flick a couple of rods out down here. What a lush day it's turned out to be. It's about 28 degrees. I'm really starting to get hot, but loving every minute of it. I'm just sorting my rods out now. And I'm going to quickly run through what we're up to. You know, it is a particularly snaggy swim. You've got a big barrage here and you've got a lot of water coming through. We're fishing the inside of it, but there is a multitude of snags. There's almost a back eddy, so any sort of trees or branches will get brought round here in flood and stuff. Couple that with the fact that if you just look over this wall, there's actually a car, you know, up on its end, and you can see its boot rocking from side to side. There's some big old weed beds down there. It's basically snaggy, carpy heaven, and I hope there's a few fish down there too. But you need the right gear for it, you know. I'm about to break down my rods. Been in Belgium, I've been using the Klingon leaders, not a problem. But somewhere like this, you've really got to up your game, and we're going to have to go on a snag leader, so like a 0.55 or a 0.60 monofilament, very, very abrasion resistant. So we'll whack some of that on first, and then I'll explain the rest of the setup.
But like fishing most of the time, guys, it does pay to keep things nice and simple. Simple, strong, reliable. So along with the snag leader, I'm just going to fish a weed safety bulk bead. On the bead I'll fish a big lead. You know, the flow is sort of chucking it through down there, and I'm going to need about 6 ounces to hold bottom. The only problem with that is, and it's ironic really, because we were having a conversation yesterday about you know, what you enjoy the most in carp fishing, and I mentioned I really like the preparation. And Ollie and Gio laughed at me, and I said, nah, but you know, when you're prepared. Well, anyway, I'm not prepared. It was a rush getting out here for this trip, and as a result, between Ollie and myself, we have forgot to bring any proper leads with us. When I say proper, I mean sort of 6 to 8 ounces. Between us, we've got about half a dozen 4 ounces, quite a few 3s, and lots of small leads, you know, more associated with English fishing, dropping quietly onto a spot. So what we're going to have to do is double the leads up. You know, luckily on the weed clips I can stick 2 leads on there, and Ollie's actually come up with a device where he's fishing a front lead as an inline drop off, and then behind that he's got a sliding weed safety bulk bead to drop that lead as well. So yeah, it's all about improvisation, you know, it's all part of the fun. Let's get this snag leader on. To join it, I'm just going to use a simple, I'll call it like a combi knot or a back-to-back four-turn grinner. Basically, I'm going to lay the lines alongside each other. So if I hold it in the palm of my hand there, I've got approximately 15 centimetres on my main line, and then coming the other way, I've got approximately 15 centimetres of a snag leader. And I'm going to simply hold them together like that, and take one of the sides. I'm going to start with the main line first, and just form a loop, like a twisted loop. And I just pinch that twisted loop in my finger like so. Yeah. My main line's still pointing this way. Straight through the hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times on this side. With the thinner material, whether that's braid or mono, with the thinner material I like to do one more than the thicker one. So I'll pull that down, make sure it's really wet, bed it down, and then I'll do exactly the same on the other side. So take my snag leader, again form a loop in it, and then just go through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one less than the other side. Again, pull that down, get it nice and wet the other one again, and then nice and consistently I'm just going to bed it down till they meet in the middle. Give it a gentle pull, and then I'm going to take each tag end, give that a little pull, give that a little pull, and just gently tease everything down like so. Finally, I'm going to give it a good jerk. You know, if it can stand me doing this and giving it a good pull, then those lunges from a heavy fish in that deep water and in the current, it'll be more than up to the job. You know, and that's a very, very simple sort of back-to-back combi knot. Next thing, I'll just cut the tag ends off. You don't need to be too neat here. I leave, you know, probably 5mm, and I can now wind that snag leader onto my reel. Snag leader on. Next is to add the weed safety bulk bead. Just a simple case of putting on a tail rubber and adding the bead. On goes a swivel. I'm just going to tie that on with a blood knot. So 6 turns. Back through the eye, back through the loop at the top, sorry, and then through this large loop that's just been created. And you can use what you like there, guys. You know, a grinner or a Palomar. I just use a blood knot and have done forever and a day. Again, wet that, slide it down. Again, do the fish shaking the head test. So get that on there and give it a good jerk. You know, that's when it's likely to go if the knot hasn't been bedded down properly. So that's on there nice and strong. And finally, I'll just lock that in. Pin in there. And that prevents the bead from coming out of the swivel, meaning the lead will discharge. As I mentioned, I'm going to have to toes up on the lead, so I've got a 4 ounce flat pair there. And that's another couple of ounces, giving me about 6. Just to finish it off, I'm going to probably bag this up. Yeah, the reason I want to sort of put all this in a bag with some grub inside it and also tape up the leads to the lead clip is because on the cast, due to the large weight here and the fact I'm using the short clip, when they hit the water on impact, it forces the tail rubber off, and you end up losing your lead. It's really frustrating and annoying, but it can be prevented. And you tend to only get it really when you're fishing with very large leads and bags and bait and stuff. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly whip a bit of tape around here, and you can just wrap this up. No need to be neat. Like so. And finally I'm going to stick on the hook link. Ollie, you're in.
Three tiger nuts. What do I catch? A barbel. Not quite what we were after. Let's get him back. Get the rod back out.
And finally, I'm going to attach my hook link, a blowback rig, size 4 twister, 35-pound armour link. That hook point turns over every single time. It's a very, very reliable rig for me. It's never let me down. Yeah, no additional buoyancy, no snowman. I've got a 20mm bottom bait there and I want it nailed to the riverbed. Nice and simple. Again, going to join it on with a blood knot. So around 6 times, up through the loop this end, back down through this loop. Wet it all nice and tight. Get the knot bedded in properly. Like so. A whole lot's going in a bag. So we've both agreed that we're definitely going to stick to the fruity baits here. That's the Scopex and the amber strawberry. The last thing we want to do is draw any catfish attention to ourselves. We're just not geared up for them. I'm just going to top that up with a bit more crumb. Like so. And then I can feed in my hook link with a few broken boilies. So fill that up about halfway, drop my double lead system in, and finally I'm going to use up a bit of boilie crumb just to cover the whole thing up. Tip that last little bit in there, like so. I just like the whole solid bag thing, you know, you're fishing over some real rocky ground out there. I know that once this bag breaks down, the flow is going to wash the dust away. There's going to be nothing left around my hook bait at all. I'm doing it more to protect everything and to get it down there in one piece. There will be a few broken boilies left around, and that's enough for me. You know, that hook link that was probably getting on for a foot long, that will sort of straighten itself out in the flow. I'll have my lead sitting here and my hook bait further downstream. It is a very big bag, and as a result of that you need a suitable rod to cast it out there. Like I said, I'm using 3.5 test curve rods, which will be more than ample to sort of lob this out the 30 metres I want to get it. Let's see if there's any carp about. Just had to take myself, rod tips buckled over, but just held there, sort of no line getting taken. And the culprit was a barbel, and you can see there, it's absolutely nailed that rig. Loads of tubing right back. Let's pop that over there. There you have it. A gorgeous little Leon barbel, Euro-Banx style.
Well, I've got the first carp of the trip. I can't really claim this one because it was on Al's rod as he was putting it out, but an incredibly beautiful little common from an immense piece of water. He's got a hard life ahead of him, this one.
turned into a right little barbel session. Quality fishing. Of course we've had the carp as well. I also have, however, been cut off a couple of times, but that's part and parcel of this style of fishing.
Day draws to a close and we start to pack the stuff into the van once more. It's been a hectic couple of days and we're both exhausted and looking forward to a night in the hotel we have booked, before spending the next 2 days fishing the legendary Leon Park Lake Tête d'Or. We dump the gear in the room, have a quick shower and go downstairs to meet Mark and Mikkel for some dinner at the pizza restaurant.
We're here at the bar. You would think it's the gay bar, but it ain't. It's the pizza bar. Today we're witnessing Ollie Davis and Alan Blair. Not really a relative of the people who spend money on Greece. But here we have some pizzas. And we're gonna eat like dogs. And like kings, and tomorrow we're gonna catch like pigs.
They had arrived the day before and baited the area that they intended to fish heavily with several kilos of amber strawberry. The lads had only fished for a few hours that afternoon, but they'd managed 7 bites, although they hadn't had any real whackers yet. Being super keen at the prospect of some good fishing, we both sit and tie a couple of rigs ready for the morning. Mark and Mikkel suggest that we start off just down the bank from them, and with it still being dark, it seems as good a place as any. It's also a good area according to Johan. We both rig up our rods and wait for first light. It isn't long before there's a shout from down the bank, and I wander down with the camera to see what's going on. Mark and Mikkel are both bent in the fish, double drilling as they call it. Neither are giants, but with a mid-20 mirror and a mid-30 common in the net, it's a great start to the day.
Release the carp in the park, look. Yeah.
Goodbye for that. Kilootje of wat zou je zijn? 11? Prachtig bij niet op één lijstje. Als ik hem had, zou ik ook denken dat hij 12 was. En snel die hengels uit en volgens voeren.
In a mix.
First fish. What's looking like going to be a very productive session. Mikkel and Mark have both just had one each as well.
They're both playing it at the same time.
They're both playing it at the same time. Yeah, special Park Lake. Very special. How many?
C'est quoi ça? What's that?
This is
The carp.
a carp.
Carp?
Yeah. You want to see? Touch him? Yeah.
Wow.
I can't put it over.
What the
Again, hello. More?
No, it's okay.
He's alive?
Yeah, he's alive. We put him back alive.
So we travel all the way from England to fish on this lake. You jog, you run the lake every morning?
Every day.
Every day, okay.
Every day.
Yeah,
If I lived here, I would fish every day.
It's beautiful.
I can touch
Of course you can.
And that's what we came for.
And this is it, first fish at the Leon Park Lake.
You put it in
We let him swim away again. Yeah, we put him away.
YouTube?
Nice. Have a lovely day, au revoir. This is your girlfriend, Jerome? No. No.
What? Oh, white boy. What are you doing, boy?
Basically, I took your advice, mate.
Yeah?
Put a kilo of amber strawberry underneath the tree, flicked the rod down there, and it's the second time it's gone. I had a nice upper 20 mirror about half an hour ago, and it's just rattled off again, but the fish is pulling this way,
Yeah.
and I'm on a floating raft that's been pushed with it.
It's quite an adventure in the
Yeah,
park.
I had to come out onto this to get the angle round.
Yeah.
It's always an adventure, mate.
Yeah.
And then what about you? 2, 3?
3 now.
3?
Up to 23 kilo. No. What happened? What happened?
It's falling off, and I could see a big black shape.
It was quite a good one, eh?
It's fishing. Now I have to get back.
You got your sport shoes?
Don't break your ankle, huh? Or you'll pull the net. I pull you.
Does Kevin have a good
Insurance policy.
insurance policy? Yeah. But how do you get on? You don't remember?
It was in close.
Yeah, of course. Probably closer than now. Whoppa!
Cheers, boys.
Like a boss. You know,
English Chodrigs.
Chodrig! What did we tell you at the beginning? The first thing we say to those people, do not use joddies.
After a few quiet hours, Alan and I decide to have a move. Jerome reckons the fish around the opposite side of the island. We load up the barrows and head round, stopping off at the cafe for steak and chips.
Pesca.
The tables overlook the lake, and beneath us swim giant roach, bream and a few small carp. We quickly have them feeding on bread and broken amber strawberry boilies.
Incredible fishing, and then a zoo. Incredible.
We get the rods out to the back of the island where Jerome has suggested. And before Alan can get his second rod out, the first is away.
Hey!
Thank you.
fish. You can see the food, the fish food.
Non. Si, c'est bien.
You're getting back your food.
Ah, regarde là-bas.
You want to see?
You want to touch?
Touch it. Look at the tail.
Look at that. Whoa.
Yeah, we pour some water on him, keep him nice.
Wow.
You want to see?
Vas-y. Magnifique. Maman. Mamma mia. Allez. Wow.
In the mix.
What are you saying now?
I'm saying we're in Lyon, Euro-Banx, Nash 2014. What a moment. What a moment. Result.
There's no more action, and as dusk falls we pack up and make the long barrow trip back to the hotel. We meet up with the boys again and they show us some of the fish they've caught that day. They are now up to 15 in total, the biggest just over 20 kilos. The pre-baiting is certainly paying off for them, and the fish are clearly loving the amber strawberry. The weather has changed and it started to rain as we barrow to the swims in the darkness. The boys explain they have to go to the police station first thing in the morning to report the theft of Mikkel's phone the previous day, and worried that someone might beat them and fish their baited spot, they asked me to fish there. I don't want to take advantage of their hard work, but they insist, and it's mutually beneficial, so I don't put up too much of an argument.
I'm in. It's really kicking off, as you can see. The rain's coming down. Ollie's lost a fish. He's got another one on as we speak. And I've hooked myself one. I've dropped onto the same spot I was yesterday morning. I come down last night, give them some bait. Bit sneaky really, but yeah, they're big fish, you know, they're light boilies. Did you get him? Fell off. Wait.
This fella is aiming it for the break. Let's go, let's go.
The first take we've seen, and we're about 30 seconds. And then the second take.
What we're witnessing over here is a tremendous carp. Well, I can't say you can call it a carp. Yo, French guys.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Number 2.
Well, this is stunning, people. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, that's what we like to see.
I'm alright, I'm alright.
Well, Fred, who helped me land that fish earlier, has popped along with a bite to eat. He's whipped this up last night. Looks really, really tasty. That's how we roll in Leon. Cradle on top of a bike trailer, and that's how you mission around the park.
When in France.
When in France? Yeah. Merci. We've been so well looked after. Fair play, Jerome. Massive help. Thank you. Merci.
No problem.
Thank you, mate. Yeah,
In
it's
a
been
minute.
happy times.
This morning has been a morning of mixed fortunes. The boys, Mikael and Mark, they let me fish their area that they baited, very kind of them. They've gone to the police station because they've had some more gear nicked, can you believe it? Bad luck. Had 2 takes within 10 minutes, both rods, and both of them I lost in the weeds, and I was not happy. Alan will tell you I was chucking my toys out.
It's never nice to lose them, mate.
I was so
that
wet.
first one on the canal, like, I was just...
hungry, tired, wet. Anyway, persevered. Alan gave me a kick up the arse.
Yes, perseverance. Big up.
And in the net.
Doo, doo, doo. Always nice to see 2 nets in the water.
One, about 15 kilos.
Yes,
30 pounds. With a bit of weed as well. He's about the same. Yeah. So yeah,
good angling, mate.
Nice brace of 30.
Just run us through real quickly, mate. Like, what happened? You know, I know, like, bit of bait went out last night. They said they're already on the bait.
Yeah, bang on the bait. So a tiny bit of particle in the boat, some 20mm ambers, some 15mm ambers, just a little bit. The first boat got out there once,
bait boat.
And the bait boat messed up. British bait boats. Listen to this, British bait boat manufacturers fix up, because the Europeans have got it sorted. They've got proper boats that don't break in the rain, that don't dump bait in the margins. Look, regarde, les broulettes dans les margins.
Your French has massively improved as well while we've been here.
You've got to give the locals credit, you know, they've been really good to us.
Absolutely.
And you've got to make the effort to speak their language. So many English don't, so learn a bit of French. Un petit peu de français, oui oui.
Right, I've got here, big balls, do the rig talk in French.
My hook is a size 4, is a size 4 twister with the long hair, the missing link, hook link, and 2 times 20mm amber strawberry. C'est très bon, oui oui oui.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a brilliant trip. We're both soaking wet, we've both had a few fish. I think it's probably time to get sorted and go home.
Yep.
So lovely times, le français.
Oh, who do we have coming to the swim? It is Nikhil.
What's happening? What's happening? Sickos.
And the new outfit.
I couldn't find a raincoat, so I bought some garbage bag.
Man, thank you very much.
What's happening?
That is a nice
2 carp.
You have 2 in the net also?
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
So yeah, these boys, Hilo and Hoffman,
Nikhil.
Take him
top boys. Keep
Thank
an eye
you,
out.
lads.
Keep an eye out for their website, karpfenveld.nl, and their lovely videos for lovely times.
For lovely times in the park.
Yes, it's rolling.
There you have it, first fish of the morning. Gorgeous carp. Got a couple more in the nets. Also had a real small one that Mark showed you. About a pound, but yeah, gorgeous fish, lovely colours. And they're all so different. Now the next one I get out, it'll look totally different. Holy This is the dinner they've been eating.
Yeah.
Have you seen that program on Nat Geo Monster Fish? What he's going to be on this?
Yeah. There's balls here. This is the crowd, eh? and the crowd goes wild.
Welcome to Nat Geo Monster Fish. We have a guy who's just caught an amazing carp, a monster carp. Here it is, right here. This is the man here.
This is the man.
This is carp.
All right.
Lovely times, French adventure.
Yes.
Lord. Okay.
Well, cheers, Al.
Cheers, Al.
Thank you, mate.
Brilliant trip. Finished with a bang.
Finished with a bang. Awesome. Time to go home, mate. Until the next time.
Next time. Soon.